What's going on, YouTube? How is everybody doing? I have had one hell of a week, okay? Let me just say that, number one. I've had a lot of signings. I finished up my class. It's November, and I told myself that I want to get as much business as I possibly can for this month because December, I just want to kind of chill out, take a little mini vacay, if you know what I'm saying. But I could not not upload this video to YouTube today because y'all always know I look at my comments, I see the questions that you guys have for me, and I'm always going to be here to answer them for you because that's the reason why I'm doing this YouTube thing, okay? So you see the title of the video. Let's talk about attorney states really quick. And I also want to share with you all just some tips to help you get through your very first signing. A lot of you all, you haven't taken on any signings yet. You're nervous and I understand that feeling 100%, but I'm telling you, it's a lot easier than what you guys are making it out to be. So if you're ready to hear that, let's get right into it. I'll be right back. Okay. All right, you guys, if this is your first time here, my name is Keena Renee. My channel, Keenly Keena, is all about sharing facts and fun for content creators of all kinds. So that you go ahead and smash that like button on this video. Subscribe to my channel because you know it's going to be lit up in this piece. Anyways, okay, so like I said, today's video, I wanted just to talk about attorney states, since the state that I currently am residing in is technically a attorney state, okay? And what that means, it just simply means that during the real estate loan closing process, that an attorney has to be involved in some way, shape, or form. Now, the one thing about attorney states and escrow states is that not all attorney states are the same, okay? So for my state, though it is technically considered an attorney state, we are also kind of considered an escrow state too. We're like both, okay? It's very weird. Virginia is just weird, y'all. We're just doing our own thing over here in the Commonwealth. But I say that to say that just because Virginia is considered an attorney state as well as some other states, every state is different, right? So I can't sit here and advise somebody that may be in Georgia, which is also an attorney state, because Georgia has different rules and different laws than what we have here in VA. Listen, I get all the time on my channel, you all are always asking me, how am I getting business working in a attorney state? And I'm just like, it's different for everybody. That's the thing about this business that a lot of people have to understand, is that it goes by your state, okay? What I'm doing here in Virginia, you can't compare to what somebody is doing in Georgia, because everything goes by your state. Now, the only restriction that we have here in Virginia is that we can't handle any monies at closing. So that means that while I'm at a signing, like I can't accept cash or deposit any money to any accounts or anything like that. That's something that has to be done through title or an attorney. So that's something that us as notaries that we can't do, and we would have to get additional license if we wanted to, go that route. But pretty much here in Virginia, I can do a signing without an attorney. I don't need to have one on the phone. They don't have to be present. That's not required here in Virginia, but that may be required somewhere else. So I encourage everybody that's watching this video, if you live in an attorney state, and I can pop that list up right here. This list will be right here of all the states that are considered an attorney state for notary loan signing agents. If your state is on this list, I highly encourage you to go and do your research. Find out what your restrictions are. What is it that you can or cannot do? There are plenty of notary loan signing agents who are in attorney states that are doing this business and are successful. It's up to you. If you really truly want to do this, it's up to you to do your research and reach out to those people. If you're in some of the notary loan signing groups, just introduce yourself, connect with another agent that's in your state. Okay, it's important you connect with another agent that's in your state that is doing this, and if you have questions, they will be better suited to answer instead of me, some random person on YouTube who's doing these videos to help y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this to help y'all, but you need to take it a step further. Do your research, connect with somebody in your state, and they will be better suited to give you that information when it comes to working as a notary loan signing agent in your specific state. Okay, now that we got that out the way, I have been meaning to do this video for so long, which is how to get through your first loan signing appointment as a notary loan signing agent. Let me tell you guys, when I first had my notary loan signing appointment, listen, I was so nervous. Like, I was nervous. And it's because, listen, I understand you go through all this training, you look up all this stuff, you look at all these YouTube videos and all this information. It's just like information overload, and especially somebody like me who does not know anything about the real estate industry or the market or anything like that. So I was just like, oh my God, this is so intimidating. But I'm here to tell you, getting through your first appointment, it's a breeze. Here is some tips that I want to share with you that I think will make it go just a little bit more smoother and kind of ease your nervousness just a tiny bit. First thing is just to be prepared. If you take Mark's loan signing training course, the loan signing system, I will link that down below because I love Mark's course and I think it's definitely a great course and truly will prepare you. He has a ton of handouts that you can print and keep on you, like the recession calendar, all of the, definitions and things like that. I would definitely, if it's something that you really just don't feel comfortable with, I would most certainly keep those handy, keep them on you, make sure you have all of your supplies planned for whatever may happen. The reason why I did my mock signing not at a table, because a lot of times, you guys, sometimes you're not going to be signing at a table, especially during these times when, if you have somebody that may be elderly and they don't feel comfortable with you being in the home. There's a lot of through the door signings. Could be somebody that's renovating their space and they don't have a table. It's just like an empty home and you're just there signing. So always keep like clipboards and just different things like that that'll make your process a lot smoother and a lot easier. And it also eases the signer. You just always want to be prepared and have everything because you never know what may come up. I'm just going to keep it above. Number 2 is to be sure to call their signer before the appointment. Now, I don't know if it's necessarily required. Really, they just require you to confirm with the signer as soon as you get the signing. But I always call at least an hour prior to the signing appointment just to give the signer a heads up, like, hey, like, don't forget, we're still on for this time, just a reminder for them to have, their identification. And if you need copies, make sure that they have those photocopies, or ask them if, hey, can you scan it, or do you want me to scan it? I always ask, because usually they don't have any type of scanner, so I just scan it on my iPhone for them and just send it to myself, because again, you just always have to be prepared because you really don't know what you're going into. So you just have to keep that in mind. So I always just call them before, and usually once they get there, they're happy to see me. They're happy, like, oh, thank you so much for calling. Slipped my mind. Some people, they say, oh yeah, slipped my mind. I wasn't sure about the time. I'm glad you called. And just so that, you can prepare them for your visit. So definitely call them before the appointment. Another thing is to be prepared dress wise. Okay. So you always want to be prepared because again, you never know. Sometimes once you get there, You know, they may not want you to go inside the home. They may have a table outside. So I would keep like an extra jacket in my car, because depending on where you're at, if it's a little bit cooler, or if it's a little bit warmer, or wind, especially if you're signing outside, it may be like super, super windy. So you want to have like, sometimes I carry like bookends, or just something in my car in case they say, hey, we're going to do this outside and it's super windy. You have something to hold the papers down so that they just don't go flying everywhere. You know, I'm just saying, just prepared for outside. And I'm only saying this because, again, we are in specific times, and you just never know, you know, what their comfort level is. I usually ask before, like once I confirm the appointment, they could just let me know, like, if you feel comfortable with me going in your home, if this is going to be set out outside in a garage. I usually ask that when I confirm, but sometimes it may slip my mind to ask, honestly. So what I always do is just, I'm always prepared, because one time I was caught. I was outside. It was so cold, and I was not dressed for no cold. I wasn't prepared for the wind. I just, Keena, your girl was not prepared, okay? So ever since then, I'm like, okay, you know, you have to understand the times that we're in, and you just have to be flexible. Like, honestly, guys, you have to be flexible, because, again, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on, and you just always want to make sure that you're comfortable. You know, you want to be comfortable yourself, but you also want to make sure that your signer is comfortable. And another thing to prepare for your first signing is to, of course, go through your documents. Now, I always say that for your first signing, that it isn't wise just to kind of rush. Try to get your documents in as early as possible so you can go through them. A lot of times, just gonna be honest with you, that's not gonna happen. You may not get your documents until the very last minute, and you're not gonna have time to go through them or tab them like I used to do. I don't tab anymore. I thought that I was gonna continue to do that because it was just easier, but you know, God just, you know what I'm saying? You don't say what you're going to do. God is going to do what you're supposed to do. And God put it on my spirit that I don't need to tab documents anymore, because I got this. I'm a boss. I know what I'm doing, and I'm just straight like that. Allow yourself to have time with the documents prior to the appointment, so that while you're there, nothing is a surprise. You know, if you need to go back to your training course or wherever you got your training, your books, or whatever to compare, I suggest doing that prior to your appointment, just so that it's fresh at that time. I'm not sure how long it's been since you've had your training to when you got your first signing. So you just want to make sure that that information is fresh. And the easiest thing, like I said, is to take a lot of that stuff with you too. Print it out, you know, have the recession calendar with you, have some loose jurats and acknowledgments with you as well, because you just never know. Again, you may have some documents within the package that doesn't allow space for your stamp. So what do? You have to attach acknowledgement or jurat, depending on what, you know, the notary verbiage is on the form. Last but not least, girl, let me tell you something. Do not overthink it. Like, you got this. Like, you absolutely got this. All of your training, all the YouTube videos that you have watched, everything that you have read, all the research that you've done has for sure prepared you for this moment. You cannot second guess yourself. You just have to go in and do it. Be confident and know that this is only the beginning. This is just number one, okay? There's going to be a 2, there's going to be a 3, there's going to be a 4, there's going to be a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Y'all get the drift. Come on. This is only your first signing. If you make a mistake, it's okay. All you have to do is communicate with your signing company that hired you. Just let them know, like, hey, you know, if you have questions, ask those questions. Do not be afraid to ask those questions. Preferably, you want to ask them with the signing company that hired you, or if you have a question for like title, like, hey, like, every time I have a trust signing, I am calling them people like, how do you want these people to sign these documents? Okay. I know what this says. I just want to double check to be sure, okay? Because everybody does something different. You just never know. So if you have questions, don't be afraid to call the loan officer, to call the title company, to call your signing agency, whoever hired you. Don't be afraid to give them a call to get the answers that you need. That is going to make you look better in their eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, she's speaking that language, they talking that talk, so they know, you know what I'm saying? So don't overthink it. Be confident. Ask questions. Number 3, okay? Those are the 3 main things, okay? All right, you guys, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is Keena Renee. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Smash this like button. I need all the likes on this video because, listen, this last week, I'm not sure if y'all have had a busy November, but my November has been kind of busy, okay? I have been trying to get these signings in because when I tell you in December, I don't want to do much of anything in December. Vacation, that's all I'm going to say. Vacation. Until next time, you guys, you know how I do. Peace. And I'll see you in the next upload.